Hello everybody, my name is Alisa. Welcome back to Sloths and Door Kids, and today we are reviewing the third part of all my dresses in my wardrobe, and that is going to be the last of the dresses series for the inside my me-made wardrobe. I have quite a few, so I'll try not to talk too much. I don't know how that's going to work out, but anyway. The first dress is the pattern by Mimi G. If you don't know Mimi G, you really don't know anything. Mimi G is the queen of sewing and the queen of the world. Go check her out. Like, honestly, if you don't know who Mimi G is, you're not really a sewist. So anyway, Mimi G has released a pattern years ago, and it was a free pattern at the time, and it was called Butterick Dress, and I was lucky enough to download it when it was free, although I wouldn't mind paying for it now. I think you can buy it now. It looks like this, and it's absolutely adorable. It's made with the most beautiful light cotton lawn that I bought a few years back from the Exeter Fabric Centre, and I only bought a limited amount of it, so I didn't have enough for either pattern matching or the pockets. But you know what, I think this dress is just very, very joyful. I think quickly show you on the inside, then I'll talk about it whilst the video is rolling. So on the inside, it was lined, just the bodice part of it. The bottom part of it was gathered and attached to the bottom. Then you have a continuous button placket with the buttons. For whatever reason, I have decided to put on like millions of buttons on there. I honestly, don't ask me why, but there's so many. Why? I don't know. That doesn't bother me. I think I had loads of these buttons. Like, honestly, look how close to each other they are. I'm going to call it a creative decision, and we're going to move on now. The pattern, I actually did a little bit of alteration to it. What happened is the side boob was gaping, so I had to unpick it and input a dart into this area on both parts of fabric, the main fabric and the lining, and then I had to redraft the new, like a side panel, front side panel pattern based on my alterations, so that any future dress that I make will then fit perfectly. Unfortunately, I haven't made any more of these yet, but I really should, because it's very comfortable, very nice. I keep saying that about every of my dress, every pattern I make, but you know, I just wish I had more time. Anyway, what is here? We have, oh, very nice, we have French seam. That's good to know. So we've got a French seam here, and we've got, yeah, quite tidy. I don't mind showing that. Just a French seam going into like a turned up seam. And on the inside, I've already showed you, I just chose hand stitching here. And I've chose just a plain, like a poly cotton fabric to line it with. So that's that. I have seen different versions of this dress kicking about. I'm pretty sure that there's one by Style Arc, very similar, except that it has a shirring at the back just to make a better fit for it. And also I've seen Lisa's from Sew Over It in one of, I think in the last of her books, ebooks. She's got a dress very, very similar to this one. Again, I think they all give you a pretty much the same look, so I'm quite happy with this pattern here. Yeah, I'd really honestly like to make another one. And obviously the pattern, the fabric, the print of the fabric is very, very cute. It makes me happy, very summery, like a pow, but like in a good way, you know? Like pow. The next dress I'm going to talk about is Seamwork penny dress. It's all under the same Seamwork umbrella now, but it used to be Colette Patterns. That was like a sister company to Seamwork, and this, they had a slightly more complicated, well, sophisticated designs, more like, not laborious, but more kind of more like intermediate advanced kind of designs. And then Seamwork had more simplified, like make it in 2 hours kind of thing. Now they've been obviously combined, but at the time this was a Colette penny dress, and this is it. It's very cute. It has short sleeves. It has a slightly vintage feel to it. It has very cute, like a vintagey collar, and very quite generously gathered skirts all the way around, and it has a waistband, and it also has, if I'm not mistaken, it does have pockets. I don't see them. Hey, I find them. And it has pockets. To be fair, the pockets, this is how far my hand goes in, could have been bigger. So in my notes somewhere, I made myself a note that next time I'm making this dress to make them bigger and just pinch a pocket pattern from one of another pattern or something. Like, honestly, this is not a very deep pocket, and if you go into trouble of making pockets and taking your time to make them, they might just as well be bigger, so that you can fit a bigger hand in there, you know, like mine. So okay, another feature is the 2 cute little vintagey shaped pockets. I don't know if you can tell, you probably can't tell. So yes, that's that. Let's talk about details. I have bound the buttons myself, and I kind of color matched them as well. Oh, hold on, this one goes in there. I color matched them. Another cute thing is very quite vintagey, is that you have from the waistband down, you have little snaps, so that your skirt is closed but it's not showing on the outside. So you have 3 snaps on the skirt there. This fabric I've ordered from the textile center. The finishes are not the tidiest. This is, I hope you can see, this is the placket on the inside. I don't know what I was doing here, to be honest with you. I think I was having troubles with this placket and also with the sleeve cuffs at the time, and I'm quite curious actually, if I make it again, will I have the same problems? Hopefully not, because I'm a little bit more experienced in garment construction now. Then I just overlocked everything here. This is the sleeve. Overlocked everything here. I hand stitched this quite neatly, I have to say. Yeah, this is not too bad. The buttonholes are okay. And then the pockets, let's take a look. Yeah, they've been overlocked. Do you see how kind of smallish they are? Oh. And the side seams have also been overlocked. And this is the waistband that I have hand stitched as well. All in all, I think this dress is absolutely adorable. And to be honest with you, when I was making it, because it was my first, or one of the first, like project with a lot of details and like little details and loads of steps, I was making it. I was like, oh my god, this is taking forever, and I was like, oh, I'm getting bored of this already. And I was just like, just doing it and doing it. And then I've gathered the skirt and I basted it to the dress, and I thought, I'm just gonna chuck it on and see what it looks like, and really quickly, and I put it on, and this skirt, it's kind of longish, and it's kind of like, it's not puffy, but it's like voluminous in a not big kind of way, and it's hard to describe. But I put it on and I felt like a princess in it. And I was like, oh, it's so worth it. Oh, and I just kept doing, you know, just kept sewing until I finished it. And I wore it for the first time when we went to visit my mom in Ukraine a few years back, introducing my boyfriend to my mom, and I wore it to the family dinner, and it was super cute because I wore this dress and I wore like a vintage ring and vintage earrings, and my hair was up in a bun, and I was like quite like a 50s kind of look, and I felt very much like a vintage princess in it. I want to say that this pattern is stunning, and this is what, again, I want to make another one. I do, and I have 2 or 3 fabrics that would look amazing made up in this dress. I just don't have the time for it. But this is, again, it's one of those that have a little bit of magic in it, I think, for me. So we keep moving from the earlier dresses that I've made to dresses I made closer to the current time. So one of the dresses I've made just before starting vlogging, and I talked about it in my first episode, I believe, was this a vintage reproduction pattern. It's a Butterick 6374, and it's a reproduction pattern from the 1940s, and it just looks like this. It's absolutely stunning. It has a partial yoke, so one part of the dress is straight and one part of the dress has been cut off and gathered on the hip, and then it has lots and lots of buttons, and it has a little turn up shawl collar and gathered front at the shoulder area, and I chose to have elbow length sleeve. It's very, very simple at the back. It has just a middle back panel here, and that's it. And it also has 1940s shoulder pads. We like the shoulder pads, okay? Let me just turn it out inside out and show you what is going on. And to be honest with you, I have no clue. I'm going to see myself right now, so it should be good because it was only a year ago. Right, it's not too bad. It's overlocked here, it's overlocked and turned up once at the hem. It is all overlocked and quite tidy, okay? It has handmade from scratch 1940s design shoulder pads, very big, and then this is the collar. It's not too bad. I do understand that for it to be more kind of authentic and vintagey on the inside, I wouldn't have to overlock it. I would have to kind of overcast it. But I just decided that to me it's not that essential. If I were doing some sort of reenactment or something, I would have probably followed the original protocol and just done it the proper way. There's a very nice side zipper. I was actually thinking of making it a lapped snap closure instead, because I've seen that in vintage books and like books on vintage clothes, and I thought it looks absolutely adorable. But again, I didn't really have the time to kind of spend doing that, so that's that. And actually, I wonder if you can see, but I handpicked the zipper so that it stays in place. This dress fits me a little tight right now because, like I said in my previous video, I did gain a little more weight than I was at making this dress, but it still fits, and it fits like a glove. At the time when I made this, it just made me look like a little, I don't know, like a 1940s mannequin, you know, just like this, perfect. I didn't have to take it out anywhere, let it out anywhere. Like honestly, vintage patterns, to me, just the perfect fit. Perfect. And also, obviously, as you know, I have narrow shoulders. So for me to have this biggish, out of character for our time, but very in character for the 1940s big shoulder pads, they really balance my shoulder hip kind of line really nicely, and I do love this. And I'm just gonna say it again, yes, I would love to make this dress again. I don't know I'm gonna do it when, I don't know. The time is tight. And yeah, but I tell you what, I would love to make this dress in maybe some sort of a jacquard, like a slightly dressier fabric, something with a little bit like a, yeah, like a jacquard fabric, maybe like a pink and gold. Oh, it looks so gorgeous, so gorgeous. Anyway, I highly recommend the pattern. It didn't puzzle me at any point at all at my level of sewing. Yes, it was written quite clearly. Obviously, it was a reproduction pattern, so they probably put more steps in it, but it was a really easy make. I did actually make a toile for this dress, and it just fitted so gorgeously, so I didn't have to do that. But I think being a vintage pattern, I was a bit unsure. The fabric I used for it is from the textile center, and it was a very, very inexpensive, like a polyester, like a slightly like a Marrakein light crepe. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Really, this dress is one of my favorites, and it looks very smart and very chic. I don't say it about many of my dresses, but this dress looks very chic, very out there. Yeah. So, and again, the design of it doesn't need much accessorizing at all, because it already has the embellishments. It has the buttons, so I think what I would wear with it is probably some sort of like a very non-complicated earrings, and that would be it, and some plain black shoes. Yeah. So there you go. The next two dresses are both made with the same pattern, and it's a Friday Pattern Company Lod dresses, and these are, I lived in them this summer, both of them. And if you watched my earlier videos, you can see I'm wearing either this one a lot actually, or the other one. That's because I wore them non-stop. The fabric for this one came from the textile center. It's 100% spun viscose. It was beautiful to sew with. It was super easy. The construction was super easy. What I love about it, it has a grown-on sleeve, so you don't have to set in sleeves. Not that I mind it, but it has really cute gathers. I don't think you can see it. It has lovely waistband with the attached belt, that belt that goes around, and it's quite long, so you can tie it at the front or on the side or at the back. I'll show you on the inside, but it has 3 pleats. Oh, you can't really see it, can you? Gosh, this fabric is not very helpful. But anyway, it has the pleats at the waist to shape the fabric, going from slightly wider at the top and the bottom to slightly narrower at the waist. So they put like little pleats at the bust and pleats back in the back of the waist. And there's not much to it, you know. It's a beautiful, beautiful dress pattern. It floats. It makes me feel very elegant and, you know, flowy. And I just keep recommending this pattern to everybody. I think I've recommended this pattern the whole summer. Like if somebody would ask, like in their videos, and say, "Oh, what do you think I should make with this fabric?" Yeah, Lod dress. Lod dress. I think I made a longer sleeve. I think there's a shorter sleeve version as well with this pattern. Let me just show you the second one. The second one was made with the most gorgeous viscose fabric from Fabrics for All. And the fabric, like I promise you, is probably has some sort of silk in it or something, because it does feel like silk. I'll look at my cute little label that I put on the sleeve. You can probably see the pleats better on this dress. So here's some pleats at the front and some pleats at the back. I don't think you can see them really now. Okay, so again, this dress came together pretty quickly. I did make them one after the other because I love the first one so much. And again, there's not much to say except that this label, which makes me smile, that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Look, if somebody's rude enough to make them, I can be rude enough to buy them and put them on my clothes. Oh, do you know what? I have been waiting to offend somebody for a very long time since I started the vlog, and all I can say is, if I'm saying something or doing something that you feel is offensive, it's not because I want to offend you. A very positive person. I'm not a mean person. So anyway, haha. Oh, okay. I think you know me better than that. Right. Anyway, these dresses are amazing. I wore them and wore them and wore them all summer, and I'm pretty sure that I'll be wearing them for years and years to come. The next pattern is Muckles 8036. What can I say? The fabric again is from the Fabrics for All, and this dress has been worn by me, obviously, all winter, last winter, and I intend to wear it again this winter. It's really pretty. I like the sleeve. I like the almost a 1940s kind of shape to it as well, because it does have a little bit of like a puffy sleeve, but then the whole shape of it is slightly like flared, like A-line, not like the Colette's penny dress, not like, you know. I do like, it's very understated, I would say. And you know what, you know what I'm gonna say, don't you? I'd really love to make another one. I used to be one of those people who just goes and makes another one. Now I just keep talking about it. Never you mind. It's a lovely pattern, beautiful. And what I notice is when I tie these ties, because this one I was super clever and I made it with like a little satin ribbon, and so when I tie these bits together, you know how slippery the satin is? Yeah. It looks pretty on the inside where nobody can see it. However, it doesn't help with keeping the dress in shapes. So I do tend to put a little safety pin just in the bust area to keep it together. And you know, I noticed that pretty much every dress, wrap dress that I have, unless it's fixed, I do tend to secure it just here, just where it crosses. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through all my dresses next summer and put little poppers in there, because I know people do that, and I should probably do that. I'm just too lazy. Let me just show you the insides of the dress. This dress is actually a good example of how to do things. It has French seams everywhere. Even on the sleeves. It has lovely finish with a polka dot viscose fabric. I made my silver Kate dress with. I had some leftover, and I cut it up and I made cute little contrasting bias binding that I then chose to put on this dress. This is the hem. Hem is turned up twice. This is the belt. What else do we have? This is the neck facing, and there's a sleeve. So yes, it's I'm proud of this one. What can I say about making it? I honestly can't remember that I had any problems whatsoever with this dress. That means probably I didn't. I think I did it in the same length and in the same everything, and it just fitted me really nicely. I do believe this dress can be made with the buttons. So yes, the dress is nice, and I'll pop the videos up for you to look at how it moves when I walk and what the fit is. This dress is a little bit controversial. It's a Mimi G pattern, Simplicity 8084, and I did talk about it in my previous vlogs. I don't think I filmed it. I think I took pictures of it, but it is a part of my wardrobe and I do wear it all the time. I made it as a dress, but I now wear it as a shirt that goes over the jeans. So it's like a knee length, I would say, and it has loads of cute features to it. It has a drawstring waist with little like little ties. Then it has like a turn up tabs again that I can turn up. I think as I was filming it, I kind of wanted to show it both ways, so you know, I wear them like this, and it has a lovely like a faced yoke. And the only thing I don't like it for me, because it doesn't suit me, I think it's a mandarin collar. Am I allowed to say mandarin? I think it's a grandpa collar. I don't know. Is that offensive as well to grandpas? Like a stand collar. I think that's what it's called. Okay, so stand collar. And it has again gathered front yokes, and it has a hidden button placket. That's my basting in there. As you know, I like leaving my basting in. Makes me feel warm and fuzzy on the inside. So yeah, that's that. I've had a little bit of a problem with this dress. In fact, that the pattern's perfect. I think I matched the pattern to the fabric really nicely. I made it, I loved making it. I took my time, I basted everything, and I loved it until the moment that I put it on and I realized it was not a right pattern for my figure, and I was not happy about that. I tried it with two big 1940s shoulder pads. You know, my vintage black dress, I was making shoulder pads for it, and I made 2 extra pairs because I thought I might just use it for another, like a vintage dress, so I might just as well do them at the same time and then have them ready. So I did cover that with red satin beautiful fabric, and I put that in, and it kind of helped a little bit, but then it looked out of place because the design didn't really cater for the shoulder pads to be there. So my boyfriend kept making jokes and saying I look like a rugby player. He's so lovely. And I had to take them out, and then loads of you guys were commenting on my previous vlog saying that I should just wear it over trousers or leggings or something, which I am doing now, and honestly I wear it at least once a week. So as a dress, for me it was not suitable, but as a shirt, for me it's gorgeous. I love it. And would I make another one? No, because a drawstring waist, again, I've realized at the time as I made it, is not my thing. I should not be doing that. So as much as I love it and as much as I use it, I would probably spend my time on other things that I really love the look of on me. That was a really complicated construction. Wow. Yeah. So the next dress is a Vogue Options, I believe. for some reason I don't have a number for it right now, so I'm just gonna pop it at the top and bottom of the screen. So this dress is, again, very much worn every week, and I love it. It's super bright, super loud, in your face, and I love the print because it goes with everything. Look at the colors. There's like all the colors in the planet are on this dress, and it's very fun. I think every time I put it on, it makes me smile. It makes me kind of a little brighter, you know. Brightens up my day, I would say. It's a very simple shirt dress. It's a very much like up and down shirt dress, and I don't wear it on its own as a dress. Again, as a previous dress, I tend to wear it over jeans or leggings, and then I button it to the waist level and then leave it unbuttoned from waist down, and then so when I'm walking or sitting down, you can see that I'm wearing a shirt, but it's just a very long shirt. I think it's very fashionable, actually. Yeah, I like it. It has belts. I do wear a belt as well. It has a stand-up collar, just the elbow length straight sleeves, very straightforward. This is the button placket on the inside. And oh, look at the fabric defect. Oh, I didn't even see that. This fabric I got from Minerva. I went through a phase of buying loads of viscose fabric, and I still have so much viscose fabric. I don't know how I'm gonna make all of this. Now I'm moving into my plain phase. I don't know. French seams everywhere. And let's look at the sleeve. The sleeve again has been done up quite nicely, and I actually have, oh, it's like a different look, different bias tape on one side of a sleeve to the other. Okay, I guess. If you say so. Same here. I guess I was running out of my beautiful polka dots. Oh, what is going on here? Well, that obviously needs trimming. There you go. And the buttons, they're hollow metal buttons. They are quite cute. I think they look quite well, and I chose just a silver finish metal buttons because any color of any other color that would have chosen would have got lost on this dress. But that's probably the only, apart from gold, which I don't tend to go with gold accessories or gold buttons or buckles, but other than this, only gold would probably stand out with this print as a background. So there you go. Next dress. So the next dress is Simplicity 8875, and this is the dress that I used in my first intro for my vlog. As you know, I've changed my intro and my outro now, but this is a dress that I've had loads of messages from people asking me, which dress do you have in your intro, you know, what dress is that? And obviously that, you know, loads of you like it. So this dress is not as the pattern originally intended it to be. It was very much straight at the waist, and I had to, I don't know if you can tell, but I had to cut out a part of it at the waist and make it more like a closer to the waist because I didn't like the straight look on me. I think I also improvised and did an elasticated sleeve. I think at the time I was doing that on loads of my dresses. You'll see in a minute. Button wise, you've got this little kind of like cat eye plastic buttons, which are quite cute. Again, I was trying to find something that would stand out on this fabric. On the inside, again, you can see how much I love this contrasting little bias binding. Again, French seams everywhere. What is that? French seam sleeve. That's quite nice. I quite like that. I do prefer it I only do bias binding or Hong Kong finish on the armhole if the fabric is thicker, but this fabric is very, very light. It's very easy to stitch, I don't know, 4 or 6 layers of it, and it's not creating any bulk whatsoever. What do we have in here? This is your all French seamed waist. The gathers. I think this is the bust volume. Would I make this dress again? Probably not. I didn't like the pattern on me again. I think it was just making me look too square. But also I bought another cut of this fabric, 3 meters, not too long ago, and I just wanted to make another dress out of it. I don't know which one, but I just thought I love this fabric so much, and although it has like light orange, like a light salmon in it, I didn't mind it at all. I think it looks very fresh, refreshing on me. So I do have another piece of this fabric to make something else out of it, I don't know. But for the time being, I wear these dresses at home when I'm working from home most of the time. So I'm just wearing them at home. They're comfortable. I can, you know, sit comfortably in them. I can move around. And all in all, it's a nice dress. And it's the famous dress because it was in my intro. And the last 2 dresses that I have to show you today, if you made it to this point, are Dear and Do Myosotis dresses. And the first dress I'm gonna go with this one. And the fabric for it I got from Fabrics for All again. I went through a period of time where I was buying loads and loads and loads of viscose fabric because all their viscose fabrics are exceptionally good quality. I will pop the link below, so go check it out. Myosotis dress, funnily enough, has a stand collar as well, but maybe it's better because it goes like into this shape rather than just like close to your neck. I don't know. I didn't actually mind stand collar on this one at all. With this dress I went for a just lengthened sleeve, so I just lengthened it, very simple. I know there's loads of people who are making it V, like a V-neck like this. Button wise, what do I have here? It's red, like a partially see-through kind of splodgy red buttons. And I also did, I put a contrasting placket facing and stand collar inside part of a placket. I think I'm a little tired now talking for so long. So I put little ties on the sides so that if I wanted to, I could just tie it and cinch it in slightly on the front or in the back. And I'm pretty sure that I lengthened it quite considerably in the bodice part and also in the skirt part, because here you have a frill at the bottom, so I don't know, and it's still not long enough for my liking. So will I be making another one? Probably not. Again, I love wearing these dresses, but they're not like a 10 out of 10 for me. Saying that, there's honestly hundreds of thousands of people, of women who made these dresses, and they look fantastic in them. So it's all very personal after all, isn't it? Something that I don't think a 10 out of 10 for me is going to be 10 out of 10 for somebody else, and something that I love will be like 2 out of 10 for somebody else. So take everything I'm saying with a pinch of salt. That's all I'm gonna say to you. This dress is again finished quite nicely. We have French seams on the sleeves, We have waistband done up nicely with the bias binding. Gosh, I really rolled with that polka dot bias binding, didn't I? Let me just unbutton this. This is the placket. Quite cute. The buttons, I think they are adorable and really go well with this dress. That's your dart that's been French seamed into a side seam. Quite nice. And yeah, another thing, I have a suspicion that, but let me just check. Yeah, I've done that. You know where you have the gathered, it's not a flounce, it's just a gathered piece of fabric at the bottom. I've actually French seamed it in, so it's gathered in the bottom and it's straight on the top. I knew I've done it to a few dresses, I just didn't remember whether this was one of them. Yeah. And then the second one, exactly the same, was, now this fabric is everything. Again, Deer and Doe Alisa dress, and I got this fabric from Minerva, I believe. And with this dress, I've made alterations as to put the elasticated sleeve on it again. I did exactly the same as I did on the last one, so I put a contrasting inner band on a collar stand. I did the buttons. I had some random buttons. These are cat eye buttons with a little metallic rim. It's really, they're really quite nice. I don't think they stand out that much, but I know how pretty they are. And again, on the inside, it looks like this, with all the French seaming around and the bias binding and all the pretty little details that I took my time to put into this dress. And again, this is your gathering at the bottom, and it's been French seamed to the main skirt. I think it's a nice little touch. I wear these dresses all the time. This fabric is super cute. I've seen loads and loads of people are making stuff out of them. In fact, I think I've seen Rachel from Stitched Up making something out of it recently, like a jumpsuit or something. And I think this fabric is, again, very refreshing, and it will suit quite a few people, quite a few different coloring types. And it's just very, it's kind of bright, but it's not very in your face. It's like a little, like a flowers, but then they also look a little bit like an animal print, which is a little bit of a twist. You know, I love little different kind of styles of animal print with a twist. So again, Deer and Doe, my sources, amazing pattern. And you know, I love their patterns anyway, because you know I keep going on about them all the time. So this brings us to the end of this video. It's only been an hour, well, almost an hour. I hope I can edit it and make it slightly less, taking up less of your time. But if you're listening to me and sewing, it's probably a good thing. I hope you made it to this point, and if you did, let me know what your favorite dress was and whether you use any of these patterns or any of these fabrics, because I do love twinning with, you know, same fabrics or patterns and see what other people make. So I'm going to say goodbye for now. I'm going to see you in my next video, but you stay pretty and keep sewing. Love you all. Bye.